what time this is. Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Mike 54. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's get the ball.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Here we go, 47. Kill.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So a tough early challenge here, second and long after the sack.
Three down. What twist?
Prescott to throw it. Now he's forced out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 33 yards that time.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Here we go. 42 to Mike. Here we go. Kill. We taking wins home. Sit. Come on. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
It's now second and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up second and 10.
Check curls. Out. 47. Under. 26.
Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Throwing, Prescott. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And his kick here is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try the left side. Swift. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's third down.
Go. 80. 54.
Let's get out the field, G. Let's go.
5-9.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Check. Watch 54.
Down the 2-0. Hey, Foxtrot.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go. Ready?
54 Mike.
On third down, they turn to Sanders, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. So on fourth down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. They'll run with Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, it's Elliott. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here we go, going to 54. Here we go, 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent.
Still going. Now he lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On first down, Swift. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye.
Check. Watch 54. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught at the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. Point after here coming up. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Wentz. He's going to launch it for Washington. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Wentz to throw. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to kekeep him in the rhythm. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. A gain there of 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
47. Good. 42. Mike 42. Check. 26.
A first down carry by Elliott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, 46.
Now Prescott. Campbell making the catch. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Bang. Check 37. Check. We're going to 54. 26.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check safety. Hey, check 24.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Coming again.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16 to 10. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check.
Another run with Sanders. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
46 down, there's
Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
Here we go, Pac-Man.
50's a month. 50's a month. It's going to be a
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here we go,
They'll go again with Sanders, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Look, waiting.
Mike 54. Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 1st down, Swift. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, he's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Great 15, great 15.
Going for it with Sanders. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Slam.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player? No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Here's Prescott. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now Sanders. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 43-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working from the gun. Wentz. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open.
As Sanders has it poked free, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Another run here with Sanders. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the... And he's in! Touchdown, Eagles! Miles Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
We want it. Come on. Check 26. Check 26. 26.
Prescott now. His throw incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Taken in at the 11. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
The Eagles on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Right back to Sanders on first down. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now they'll throw it. Wentz steps away to his left, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure.
And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a 1-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Here's Sanders. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
I can't believe they let you play.
They'll run with Scott. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not. Because
Prescott stripped. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Check. Mike 54.
Here we are. Right there, 54, right there. 54, Mike.
These babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball. Holding them when they needed to and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for the Eagles, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time.